Imagine you're at the very top of your game. We're talking millions of followers, a huge income, a whole digital empire built around you. And then, just like that, you hit delete on everything and just vanish. Well, this isn't some hypothetical story. It's the real story of one of Pakistan's biggest YouTubers and the wild online firestorm that pushed him right to the absolute edge. So, after days of total silence that left millions of his fans completely confused and honestly pretty worried, this message just shattered the quiet. It was dramatic, almost aggressive, right? It was this huge announcement signaling the return of a creator who had gone completely dark, leaving this massive hole in his community. And that's the central question we're diving into, isn't it? What on earth could make someone deactivate accounts that are pulling in millions of views a day and a fortune in income? The answer, it turns out, is a really complicated story about family, privacy, and the frankly terrifying power of an online audience.
Okay, so let's start with the creator at the center of all this, Rajab. His channel, Rajab's Family, was way more than just a vlog. It was a phenomenon. It was this daily window into his life that had this massive, super dedicated following.
I mean, the scale here is just staggering. 9 million subscribers on YouTube. This wasn't just some popular channel. It was one of the top channels in the entire country. We're talking a daily viewership of around 3 million people. Think about that. And his influence went way beyond YouTube. He had another 3 million followers over on Instagram. This gave him a direct line to this huge community, a digital family that felt really, really connected to his life. But, as we'll see, that connection was about to become a curse. So where did it all go wrong? It all ignited over his infant son. His audience, who felt like they were entitled to every detail after years of access, just relentlessly criticized him for not mentioning the boy's name in his vlogs. The reason he couldn't? The child's mother had strictly forbidden it. She wanted to protect her son's privacy from social media. So you have this constant pressure cooker of public criticism on one side and this private family obligation on the other. And it eventually just reached a boiling point, building up to a dramatic and almost tragic climax. And it all happened so fast. I mean, he was dealing with thousands of hateful comments every single day. One day, he just broke. He posted a single frustrated story on Instagram, but he regretted it instantly, terrified of what he might do next if he stayed online. So he just opened his laptop and without telling a single soul, deactivated everything. This quote from him really tells you everything you need to know about his mindset. He explained that, he's fought a lot of public battles, but this was different. This was a private family matter getting torn apart in public. He called it a messy, unwinnable fight that he just couldn't and wouldn't get into. And let's be clear, this wasn't just criticism. The comments were deeply personal and just vicious. He was called a drama queen and a terrible father. But then the abuse spread to his family. His mother was cursed. His sister was attacked for her loyalty, and, this is the most horrifying part, people sent death wishes for his baby niece, who was less than a year old. The emotional toll was, well, it was devastating. In his comeback video, he actually admitted that the hate, especially the stuff directed at his niece, pushed him to a point where he considered taking his own life. The only thing that stopped him was thinking about his elderly parents and what that would do to them. So from that absolute lowest point, he made a choice. He decided not just to return, but to completely rewrite the rules. His comeback came with an apology for vanishing so suddenly, but more importantly, it came with a brand new set of terms for his audience. The old relationship, it was over. He essentially tore up the old, unwritten contract he had with his audience. Before, they got full, all access to his personal life, the drama, everything. Now, he made it crystal clear the new contract is for entertainment only. His private life was officially off limits. I mean, he drew a hard line in the sand with this powerful statement. He told his millions of followers directly, if you're here for the drama, for the gossip, for the personal stuff, you can unsubscribe right now. He was done sacrificing his family's well-being for views. But okay, how do you win back an audience after all of that? His strategy was honestly brilliant. Instead of dwelling on the drama, he immediately pivoted right back to his core content. He packed his comeback vlog with a backlog of 5 different stories to totally reset the channel's focus. Yeah, his comeback vlog was just a masterclass in redirection. Instead of getting bogged down in what happened, he presented this whirlwind of his life from before the breakdown, a court case, a family feast, a wedding. Each story was a deliberate move to reset expectations and just powerfully declare, this is the content. This is what the channel is about now. So his return really kicked off a new era for the Rajab's family channel. It was one defined by really firm boundaries and, on his part, a powerful and emotional confrontation with the real-world consequences of online hate. And in what was probably the most heart-wrenching moment of his return, he held his infant niece on camera. He looked at her, and he apologized, not for anything he did, but on behalf of the anonymous strangers who had wished her harm. It was just a stunningly direct way to confront the human cost of all this online Texas. And ultimately, this entire saga leaves us with a really critical question for our digital age. When we subscribe to a creator's life, what are we actually entitled to see? Rajab's story is a dramatic, high-stakes test of that very line, and it forces all of us to reconsider the relationship between the creator, the audience, and the actual human beings behind the screen.